What's good, Taqzn Tech Crew? Today we have a computer repair job. All right, so today the customer brought in his PC because he was saying that he would power it on and it wouldn't come on. Everything would light up, the fans would spin, everything would turn on like it would usually do, but it just wouldn't give out a display. So he brought it to me so I can check it out. So boom. So the first thing that I was looking at is to make sure it's the GPU on. The GPU was spinning, so I know that it might not be the GPU 100%, but I'm kind of Xing out that factor. So next, I did power the system on to check if it did boot. It did not boot at all. All right, so the next thing up is we're gonna test out the power supply. We're gonna put in a new power supply to make sure that the PC boots without a new power supply, and if it does, then we know it's just a bad power supply. So let's do this right now. All right, so now to get everything hooked up, let's see if it boots. After installing the new power supply, it did not work, unfortunately. So now we install my replacement CPU to test if it's the CPU. Let's see if it boots now. I hope it does. All right. So like I said, we got everything plugged in. Let's boot it up right now. Voila, it booted. Let's go. So now that we know that it booted, we can let the customer know, at least turned on. We can let the customer know that he should get a new motherboard and CPU. For him, I recommended him to go AM5 because at this point, AM4, it has great upgrades, but he has a good PC and he can just make the next jump to AM5 since his CPU is already broken. So everything's booted. Let's get to tell the customer what he needs to know. All right, so like I told the customer, I told him to go AM5. Only reason I did is because it's just to be future-proofing himself so he doesn't have to worry about upgrading in the future. The AM4 platform that he was on was perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. I just told him, if you just want to go to AM5 route right now since the CPU broke, this would be your best option than if you would just buy a new CPU. So the motherboard that he's building with is the Asus TUF Gaming XS70 plus Wi-Fi. It comes with 4 M.2 slots. 2 of them are PCIe Gen 5. One is PCIe Gen 4 and one is just a regular PCIe Gen 4. You can see it comes with 4 slots of RAM. It comes with AI intelligence, like AI overclocking, AI networking. So that's really cool for this board. The CPU that we're using is the Ryzen 9 7900X. This is a great, powerful CPU, great for multitasking and doing whatever you need it to do. This CPU has 12 cores and 24 threads, and the base clock is at 4.7, and the boost clock is up to 5.6 gigahertz. So now we just adding on the thermal paste. The guide, we're still going to use the same cooler because this CPU is recommended that you use a liquid cooler for optimal performance. So if you're getting this same cooler, make sure that you get it's recommended that you get a liquid cooler. Next up we're going to do is install the DDR5 RAM. All right, so for this motherboard, you want to install it on these 2 gray slots. Now every motherboard is different, so make sure that you know what slots are the best for your RAM. All right, so when you put it in, make sure you line it up with the little metal notch in the middle, and you want to hear a click on both sides, just like that. And right after that, you want to do the same thing. You make sure you just want to hear that click on both sides. Make sure you get a firm thing. Try not to do it too hard. All right, so next up is we're going to install the NVMe SSD. So we're going to take off this metal plate. And if you're still watching, answer me this question. Have you ever tried to fix your own PC? And if you have, how did it go? And did you get it back working? All right, so now that we got this thing off, we're going to install the M.2 drive. It's pretty easy. You got not a new feature, but they got the non-screwless feature where you just push it down and it holds into place by itself. So that's a great feature on this board. So now we just put it on the heatsink. We're going to screw this in, and then we're going to get into putting the case into well, put in the taking out the motherboard from the other case and then putting this one in there. All right, so now we're gonna remove this motherboard so we can put in the brand new motherboard. Let's do it. Boom. So now we just remove the other motherboard and now we're about to put in the new one. Boom. So now we got the new one in. We got the CPU, the AIO installed. Let's plug everything in and plug in the GPU and see if it boots. I don't see no reason why it shouldn't boot, but let's go. So now we got the graphics card in. We're going to install the graphics card. So now that we're installing the graphics card, this section was a little hard because this motherboard had a weird like mounting bracket that was blocking away the GPU set, but nonetheless, we still got it in and we still installed the graphics card perfectly fine. No problems, no hiccups. So as you can see now, we got everything seated. So boom, we're going to install that in my side thing. And as you can see, the PC is fully booted and running. All right, so now we're just waiting for it to boot up into Windows. If you made it this far, type the word fixed in the comment section. I'll be liking everybody that's been watching this far. Thank you for watching if you are. So now you're just waiting on it for it to boot. I also cleaned the PC for the customer and boom, it booted into Windows. You got another happy customer. Let's go, Taqzn Tech crew. If you like these videos, like and subscribe and comment down below. Peace out, y'all.